They say silence is weakness, but sometimes silence hides the kind of strength that can shatter the loudest roar. What happened that day in the school hallway started with laughter, turned into fear, and ended with something none of us could ever forget. Please like this video and subscribe to Kindness Tales so we can keep sharing powerful true stories like this. Emma had always been the kind of girl you could pass in the hallway without noticing, head down, hair partly covering her face, books clutched tightly against her chest. She wasn't unpopular, but she wasn't exactly seen either. It wasn't that she didn't have anything to say, it was that she had learned that the world didn't always listen. The problem began with Liam, the school's golden boy in sports, but a nightmare for anyone who dared to cross him. He had charm when he wanted it, but when he didn't get his way, that charm quickly turned into cruelty. And lately, he had found a new target, Emma. It started small, a shoulder bump in the hallway, a snide comment about her clothes, a laugh shared with his friends at her expense. Emma ignored it. She thought if she didn't give him a reaction, he'd get bored and stop. But bullies rarely stop when they think they've found weakness. On that cold winter morning, the hallways were crowded with students rushing to class. Liam and his friends spotted Emma alone, struggling to keep her stack of books balanced. Liam smirked, stepped forward, and with one swift motion, slapped the books out of her hands, sending them scattering across the floor. The sound of papers fluttering echoed louder than the laughter. Emma froze. She felt every pair of eyes on her, waiting to see if she would cry, run, or simply pick up her books in shame. Her hands trembled as she bent down. Liam crouched too, not to help, but to grab one of her notebooks and flip through it like it was his property. "What's this, poetry?" he mocked, reading a few lines out loud for everyone to hear. His voice dripped with fake sweetness, but his words cut like knives. Emma's cheeks burned, but she said nothing. The hallway felt like it was closing in. She reached for her notebook, but Liam pulled it back, smirking. And that was the moment things changed. Emma straightened up. For the first time in years, her eyes met his, steady, unflinching. Liam laughed. "Oh, are you mad now?" The students around them were silent, sensing something unusual. Then, in a calm, even voice, Emma said, "Give it back." Liam shrugged, pretending to flip another page. Or what? She didn't shout, she didn't beg. She just stepped closer, close enough that he could see the fire in her eyes. "You think I'm quiet because I'm scared of you," she said. "I'm quiet because I've been fighting battles you could never survive." Her words landed like a punch. For a moment, Liam froze, unsure how to respond. His friends exchanged uneasy glances. Emma reached forward and without hesitation snatched the notebook from his hands. The crowd gasped, not because she touched him, but because she did it with such quiet certainty, like she knew she had already won. The next 10 seconds felt longer than the whole school day. Liam's smirk faded. His jaw clenched, but no words came out. And in that silence, everyone saw it, the bully had no power here anymore. Emma didn't stay to gloat. She simply gathered her things, stood tall, and walked away. But her words lingered in the hallway long after she was gone. From that day on, Liam didn't bother her again. In fact, something in him changed. He spoke less harshly, laughed less at others. Maybe it was shame, maybe respect, or maybe he realized that the people we think are the weakest often carry the kind of strength that could break us. And as for Emma, she never went back to being invisible. She didn't need to shout to be heard. Her quiet was no longer the silence of fear, it was the quiet of someone who had found her voice and didn't need anyone's permission to use it.